welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5. Folks, today, well, I wasn't actually going to do the hot seat races, but this is 250 laps at Martinsville, and I got to be honest with you, aside from Talladega, these hot seat cup races might be pretty fun to record and put out as videos, so I'm going to do it, and we're going to include them going forward. That's just that answer. We're going to be running Spire Motorsports. That's who jumped on with us today. The Advent Health number 77 Camaro. So we've got 250 laps at Martinsville. I like Martinsville. It should be interesting. We'll get out there. I'm going to do a little practice. Faster car. Check it out. See how it goes for me. And we'll be with you. We'll qualify. We got to get, 35? Same as the last one. So 92 grand. That's a big payout to get us towards our next car for the Xfinity series. So that's really the big deal about this. I did some very basic adjustments to the car, changed the gear ratio, lowered it to the ground, ran some laps, and it obviously went well. Tried to qualify in the top 35, tried to finish in the top 35, and it looks like we might be able to do just that. So let's go ahead and do this qualifying. The money matters. That's the biggest reason why we're putting this effort in. 92 grand is about what we get for our races right now owning a team, so getting that and setting the tone with these other groups out here is a big deal for me. So we're going to do exactly that. That's what we're doing here. So let's get out here, do some qualifying. Here we go. Qualifying lap now underway. Felt pretty good. I need to put the mod in this game that allows me to take the lines out during practice because I don't need them. And then I come out to qualifying, and I kind of got a little used to those braking points. So we ended up doing well at 21.2, but with the lines just kind of reminding me of when to brake, I was doing, well, as you saw, at 20.9. So anyway, though, top 30, great spot for us. We're only going to look at the top 5. Remember, none of these are custom drivers. So Kyle Busch, he takes it. Note that when I get to the Cup Series, although I don't think I'll have the new generation cars yet. I can put that mod in later, but at this point, we're going to run this generation, and then at the end of it, we'll do the last one with the new generation. But anyway, Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth in the 42 car, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, and Martin Truex Jr. We've got 250 laps. Stages are turned on for these races. It's too long not to. Ricky Stenhouse, rear gear change has to go to the back. We know Kyle Busch, he got first place. Alex Bowman gives up qualifying position for new tires. So expect him to probably bust up through the crowd. That'll be interesting. Let's get the gears up. Got a little loose coming out of the corner, but that's because we were starting at that in the corner. All right. Well, that's not what I wanted, was Eric Jones to come flying inside, but that's all right. We'll, not exciting. We just got to get it. We got to get it under control for ourselves. We'll get everything in order. See? Right back around Eric Jones. And he's got the speed off. 65 laps in stage 1. 71 in the tank, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. I'm going to the outside. You know me, it just makes me feel better to be able to roll the corners more and try to get a better drive off, especially around all these cars. Let me know if you guys don't want to see these races. I have to run them regardless, but if you don't want to see them, I'll probably cut them to like a quarter race and just run them without you guys. But if you want to see these races too, while we're in our hot seat, we'll keep doing them. Just, put it down in those comments. Let me know in the comment section. Feels good. Car feels fine. Obviously, we get a little more speed, and we can kind of pinch them down, which, we're doing all right. David Reagan hanging out on the inside. Got a really nice run on Joey Gase. Oh, we're going to touch the wall there. Oof, that popped up the hood on the right side. We'll be fine. We're going to roll the corners a little more. I never did during practice. I didn't mess around with the middle. But I think that much like Bristol, I really believe I can do something with the middle by rolling it a little more and kind of holding them where they're going. Like, I feel like we'll get around Gase. Get on the brake a little bit less. Get back on the gas a little earlier and hold them down so they can't fade all the way up. And there it is. He's got the run off, but that doesn't matter because we're going to take it right here. Oh, I got to come off. That was going to hit the wall, but we cleared Gase. We're sitting back up in 27th. Oh, he's jumping to the inside again. That's all right, though. We're better in the quarters. That's really the biggest point about it. We're better in the corners. Maybe I will bring it down. Well, that wasn't how you do it, but we are gaining up on David Reagan right now. Michael McDowell in front of him. 57 to go in stage number 1. We'll go half the stage, and then we'll do a speed up. These half races are about as long as our truck race whole races were, so we'll be doing multiple speed ups here, unlike the Xfinity series where we do one speed up pretty much in the Xfinity series. I don't know if I can.
Careful, still there.
I gotta find a way around Reagan, and I'm not sure if I can yet. Well, we got is that Truex Jr. behind us, Martin Truex Jr. That's the leader, who's looking to put us down a lap early here, and that's, I mean, it doesn't really matter. In no way, shape, or form are we looking to win the race. We're well inside of our goal position by 8 spots, and it looks like we're able to hang with these cars that are up in the high 20s, so that's good for us as well.
Say hi up here.
We just really did that nicely. Going up there and being able to get on his outside just a little bit, I feels like we're going to get him an even better run going in this time. Oh, and then I totally biff it because I saw McDowell go to the middle, and I wanted to go even higher. That's all right. We'll get it figured out.
Say hi up there.
I had to get on the brakes a little harder than I wanted to there, but maybe get an earlier run off because of it and stay with McDowell. Kinda.
Say hi up here.
Nope. Locked him up a little again. I should have just kept it in the middle. I should turn in a little later. So they turn in there. I should turn in here, so that I'm not actually messing up my line. Yep, that worked nicely. Now we're right on his... Ooh! Yes, what's up, Mr. McDowell? It was a great lap, even though it's not been even close to our best laps, but here we are. Ryan Preece is making his way up around, trying to put us down, but he's stuck behind McDowell, and we're not giving up on McDowell here. Slight contact, but not enough to put us up into the wall. They get such good runs off. Oh, and Priest forces his way through. So McDowell kind of runs up into us. No big deal, but he did. Yeah, car turned a little bit into him there, but no big deal. I mean, that's not even ramming. That's just rubbing, and that is quite all right.
Careful, still there.
There we go. Get on the gas a little earlier. Man, I'm just battling it out with him, and I'm wondering if on this track I do have to get on that inside to do it. Snook it in and get around him on the inside and put him behind me. I mean, we are driving away from the cars behind us. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start working him inside. I'm going to try to get into the corner before him. I really should have adjusted the gears a little more. Whoa. That's what happens when you... Ooh, that did damage to the left side. That actually, I was going to say, that's what happens when you hit the curb when your car is dropped to the ground. It's set by default at like 5.25 inches off the ground, and I dropped it to 4. And that did... Yeah, that hurt the... That hurt it, but we're gonna push it here. I'm not giving up. Now that we got the inside, if he doesn't clear us... Oh, he cleared us. Never mind. I don't think I can get around him without being on the inside, and I can't get on his inside because he's just faster on the straightaways. I guess I could try to get to his bumper through the turns, but I don't know. Yeah, they're starting to gain on us. Oops. Ricky Stenhouse here now? I didn't realize he was back here. Austin Dillon, he's still back there. And we have got... Whoa. I mean, we're able to catch McDowell. I've got to get on his inside to pass him, I think. And I just do it here. Outbrake him, get that fender. Yep, he didn't get it down in time. That's going to give us the clearance that we needed to start driving away from him, hopefully. The hard part is, though, is that, yeah, right here. Ooh, sorry, Matt. Di Benedetto comes around, passes us. He's lapping us. Same with Harvick, because he's coming around. He's going to have to get us on our outside, because, oh, looks like I need to live on the inside, because we're driving away from McDowell now that we're on the inside. And we shaved a 10th off that lap, so the outside trick doesn't work on this track like it does on New Hampshire. Which means I'm going to focus on this for a while. How many laps are we in? Oh, yeah. Only about 25. Ooh. Yeah, go around, Harvick. I don't care about you. We got to make it to 32 to go before we speed it up. But I think that we're catching Reagan again, that I'm driving it on the inside. How are my tires doing? Oh, they're very good. We're fine. Oof. Of course, I do that and locked him up. But we're also right up on Reagan now. We're in 27th. That's a big deal for me. Hoping to get into top 25 would be cool. I think in Xfinity in our next race we're running Charlotte. So that'll be fun. I gotta figure out how to get on the inside of Reagan. That's gonna be the most important thing I can do. It's going to have to be like what I did to McDowell, so here we go. Whoop. Just shove it right in there. You know, we didn't hurt him at all, just moved him out of the way a little bit. Pop us up into 26th place and start working on Ryan Preece. Oh, yeah, we're sliding him. I mean, I need to get on the brakes a little earlier than I did there. Sometimes I get a little too excited about the cars around me and try to make some drastic moves, and I just have to remember when you hit your points, the rest will take care of itself.
Got a car coming inside now.
I'm not letting Austin Dillon drive inside of us. I mean, yes, he has way better equipment, but if I could start to, like, if I can get on inside of Ryan Preece on exit here, or on entrance, which I don't think I can. Everyone's side by side. Oh, didn't mean to hit Harvick, but he started to drive down. That went poorly. And of course, Austin Dillon will take that position because of the mistake I made. That's on me, though. That's on me. Yeah, we're running... Wow, that was bad. We're running way slower. I can't do anything to get around these cars. Side by side isn't really helping anybody here. Now we got Ricky Stenhouse. He's going to duck on the inside. And really, there's not much I can do. Try to roll the corner more to get a better drive off. Underpowered car. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're a lap down, so technically there are only 32 left in stage 1. David Reagan found his way back up to us, but good news is we're going to go ahead and just focus for the next 32 laps until the end of stage number 1, and we'll be back on the mic after that.
Got a car coming inside now. stage, driver.
All right, so takeaways from that first stage is that I need to work on my tires. I need to brake a little earlier. We were maintaining 27th place. That's fine. Our right rear wasn't actually that worn overall, but it got really hot and slippery, so we were having a hard time going around the corners at the end and keeping it from spinning out. And I also need to be careful. I didn't run into people. I ran into the curb. It damaged my left side. I ran into the wall. It damaged my right side. So car feels good otherwise, so we're just going to go ahead and start stage number 2. We dropped back 5 spots, had a couple seconds worth of repairs on it, so here we go. Got to work our way back up. I feel pretty confident we can do that.
Car on the outside now. You got room, you're clear there.
Looks like we, whoa, what the hell was that checkup from Fincham? Of course, leave it to Fincham. Somebody from the truck series. Yeah, we can't actually place worse than 32nd at this point unless we DNF, which means that we can't place outside of where we need to. But this doesn't change the fact that I still want to get positions and get back up into the 20s. John Hunter up in the Cup Series. Not sure he'll make the cut when we come up to the Cup Series because we're going to leave, obviously, the famous drivers and replace the other ones with our subscriber drivers. I think we have 18 subscriber drivers right now. That number may be reducing based on some of these drivers that haven't been keeping up with the upgrades. But, you know, they'll be who they are for now. Actually, next season, the Xfinity Series, we're going to probably have a different roster, a couple different drivers that are replacing other subscriber drivers that have just kind of not been able to stick with the simplicity of replying to a message. There we go. We're getting some nice runs off now, even though it's not for position. It at least gets us back up into fighting Fincham, which we're going to grab on the outside. So these cars up here, we can fight on the outside, and then once we get to the harder ones, we got to figure out a way to get on the inside. Also, I can do a good job. If I can preserve my tires better than I did last time, we'll be in even better position. Didn't get bad until late in the stage, but it got bad enough. Almost want to get on the inside of Joey Gase. Whoa. Didn't get there. Didn't cross him under quick enough, but oh well, we got around him. I don't know if this is going to affect our relationships with these drivers in the hot seats. Hopefully not. Also, what was weird was I thought I was supposed to be driving the Corey LaJoie car for this race. I came in, I tested that I had changed the rosters or got everything done for the upgrades on the drivers, and I came in here and selected later and then left the game because I had other stuff that I was doing. And then I reloaded the game, and all of a sudden we're in the Spire number 77 car. So I don't know what happened there, but oh well. Are you kidding me? Are we seriously about to get lapped already again? That's insane. That's just insanity to me. What are we at? 65 in the tank, 54 in the stage. And we are gaining up on Almirola and LaJoie, which is good. Really want to get to them, pass them before Truex gets to me. Because if they get caught up, oh wow, that was actually our best lap ever. 20.873 was really good. A little nudge never. If you know, I mean, you ever watch short track racing, that goes on constantly. Those guys push each other out of the way. I'm sure this game doesn't accept that for not pissing people off, but I'm just saying. That was bad. Catching Amarola, not the hard part. Getting around him on the inside is. We gotta we have to have a really good drive off like this, but not get stunted by him. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. We'll figure it all out. There we go. There we go. That was the one we needed. Now he's going to drive away, but I think if I brake late, we can get to his inside first, or is he going to dive hard in there? No, forget about it. We'll go up on the curb. To whatever we got to do. Am I right? You know I'm right. Also got super loose off by dive bombing like that, but whatever. I think that we'll be able to drive away from him now. Even though they're faster on the straightaways, we can get on the gas early in the corners. But I have to keep my tires in mind. I don't want to overheat them. Been doing all right now for sure. I was just doing as much as I could in that first stage to catch and pass anyone I could. And of course, when I overdrive the car like that, it was costing us tires. And at the end, we were just hanging on for dear life. Right now, we're handling it really well. Here he comes. We will not block him. I don't do that with leaders. That's putting me 2 laps down, so. But that puts other cars 3 laps down. Right, we're 2 laps down now? Where's that? Did I just do it wrong? Yeah, we're 2 laps down. Almirola's catching me because I wasn't paying attention. It's okay. We'll do better now. $250 laps is a long race. But it is pretty fun. Unfortunately, we're in a bit of a bubble right now. With 45, 43 with us being 2 laps down, 43 left in the stage. We might just speed it up right now. Hey, we're not doing anything. I'm not really even catching LaJoy. I don't want to push it too hard. We're in a good position, and if I push it, we're going to struggle at the end of the stage. But we are getting closer to him. We'll stay at. We won't speed it up. We'll see if we can catch him past LaJoy and Dylan, and then we'll speed it up. Tires still feel really good. Coming up on midway on this second stage. Is this? Ugh, I keep doing that. 62. Okay, so this is a little bit shorter than stage 1 was. And then we have 130 laps or 120 laps in stage 3. That's a lot. But we did this in our Dirt to Daytona series as well. Ran these long races, 200, 300 laps. So that's what we're doing here.
Still there?
Man, this is half, which means that if we were running full, this is a 500 lap race. Imagine that. Not without getting paid. Not without being in it for real. I bet it flies by in real life. Right here, I mean, it goes by pretty fast, obviously, because I'm still paying attention to what I'm doing, but the fear of failure isn't nearly there as it is when you're obviously in real life, or even in iRacing, where if you run into somebody, they act like a little baby bitch and yell at you. And I mean just bump them, not run into them. Slamming into somebody, yeah, they got a right to be upset if you keep doing it. But little tap here and there, especially if they're blocking you, and then they, of course, oh, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing? Wrecking me, running into me. I don't run into people. I watch people just go nuts on other people, and it's pretty apparent that they're not following race etiquette either. Actually, that was my chance, but I messed it up, and I think this is Christopher Bell coming up on us. I'm not going to pay attention to him, though. I'm going to run because I'm trying to get that early drive off so I can be right up on LaJoy before we go into the turn. Also, though, I think he's getting to a point where he's almost passing Ty Dillon, and so that's part of the problem. We'll see what we can do.
Outside. All right, you're clear there.
hoping that I can. I mean, if he wants to dive in on Ty Dillon, we'll take that spot first. But yeah, I can't do what I'm trying to do here.
Still there?
Can't do it. I mean, I could get a good run through the middle, and then when he passes us on the straightaway, nope, I was gonna just run through him. I could get a good run through on the outside, and then when he passes us, sink right in behind him, and then try to get under him into the turn. Something like this. This might be close. Oh, he dove hard in there. He really tried. He really cut that one off. We had it. Our tires. Oh, they're fine. I don't care about the wear. We know the wear is not the problem, but the heat is something I'm worried about. If I start to brake late, smoke those back tires. Obviously, I need to let Chris. Is that not Christopher Bell? I thought that was. What is that? Oh, Suarez? I didn't know that's who. This is old stuff. Oh, we got a. Interesting. Very interesting.
Coming to the green, driver. Almost ready now. Green's out, let's go.
Well, we pit because why not? It's going to give us an advantage over those who didn't pit. But there were a number of cars that pit. Most people, I think, pit.
Stay low, stay low. Car high, careful there.
We just got to hang out. We'll do that.
Still there. Got one peeking outside.
Take a look at how many laps are actually left in this stage. This time we get to 31, and that's the goal before we speed it up. Well, we're speeding things up. All right, we'll be back with you at the end of stage number 2. We got a long stage 3 to go, so we'll figure that out. Not this time. We're not pitting.
You're coming to the green. Almost ready. Hammer down.
All right. Yeah, we didn't pit, and we're up in 24th now, which is all right. But we're probably going to get passed by some of the cars that did pit that got bumped to the back. We're just going to try to keep it on the inside here. We're going right back to the speed up hour right now.
No points that stage, but plenty of racing left.
23rd, we stayed out, and then we ended up in a good spot. I'm going to go ahead and stay out again. And take the wave around. Sometimes you got to make some weird decisions, but this could help us a lot, put us in the top 25 for a finish no matter what. We are banking on there being a caution, but I don't have, well, I'm at the back anyway. I was going to say I don't have a lot of speed up against the cars that are in 19th and above, but, you know, caution comes out, we're able to pit, we'll fall in line where we're supposed to be, everything will be good.
Got a car coming inside now.
We were able to get around Ryan Preece on our own earlier.
Stay high, stay high.
But like Ricky Stenhouse, Cole Custer. I mean, Cole Custer might be able to catch it. Well, it depends. We're stuck where we are right now. Let me see if I can do a thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not that thing. I touched the brakes and the car just grabbed and shot up on the curb. But I got to get around some of these guys because there's got to be buffer between me and the other cars.
Got room. You're clear.
And these guys like Haley and all them, they're not that fast. What up? Never mind. I have my opinion of that number 3 being in the back.
Still there. Inside, inside. Clear low.
Yeah, he's in 18th though. He must have just gotten his lap back.
Careful, still there.
So he's not going to be an easy pass. All this is that way for me at this point. Can't really get around anybody. I mean, I guess I could try to start doing the outside thing, but I thought that I was going to be able to get some more work done on the inside. Maybe if Dylan drops inside. There he goes. Then I can get around
Stay high up there.
Haley. He'll get me on the straight here. Oh, well, I'll break him. We're still at like 80-something percent. Ah! That sucked. That's going to cost us.
Still there.
Where Dylan can hit his brakes and get right back on it, and he's got a lot of speed in that engine. We don't, so we're relying on being able to get a really strong drive off, and so it really screwed us when he did that. It's all right though. Dude, Dylan, you're driving me nuts here, guy. I need you to get out of my way. I'm gonna dive inside, not this time, but soon. Dang it! I let it slide up. Ryan Preece is driving away from us right now because he's not caught up in all this, and we have to hit our brakes way harder because we can't. We're about 5-8 miles an hour slower going around these turns because we can't get around anyone. Best thing I can do is get on the gas and be right up on Dylan. Man. Is he gonna dive inside? Of course he is. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? I'm trying, folks, but like Custer, he's catching us. About to get lapped. We're about to get lapped anyway because we're stuck back here. We got Martin Truex Jr. right behind us.
Still there.
I don't want it. I don't want it to happen. Stay behind him. Oh, and then I
Still there.
lock him up. Oh, he got caught behind Gong. Who? That's interesting, but it's not going to matter. He's going to get around us now, so we just lost the work that we did.
Stay high, stay high.
The only thing that would work out there is if he's able to get around Preece.
Clear low there.
I don't know. Technically, we're still well in front of Custer and Stenhouse, so
Inside. Bottom's clear.
that's a thing.
Stay on the bottom here. Top 3.
Just trying to follow Truex around now. Oh, but he's got that going for him, and I don't. Let's see what can I do here, though, if he gets caught up and behind anyone.
Still there.
Oof. Come on.
Got one peeking inside. Stay high up there.
It's not pretty, but, you know, we're doing it. I still think we're in range to pit just one more time to finish the race, so that part's good, but the rest of this has gone really poorly. Preece is 11 seconds in front of us, which means he's half a lap in front of us right now. We can't get around these cars. But if a caution comes out and they don't pit, we could pit, and it's not going to hurt us.
Inside.
I just need Martin Truex Jr. to get around everybody. Oh, he is around everyone, so good. He should catch Preece and keep us both on the same. Although if he comes back right now, if a caution came out now, we get our lap back. So I should keep that in mind. I don't know.
Both clear. Inside.
Locked him up a little bit. That's exactly what we needed. Oh, no, no, no. Austin Dillon. Oh, that's right. We were 2 laps down. So when I do that, it's going to drop us back all the way to 26. Whatever. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're back in 26, but we are one of the only cars that pit, so we're going to have all fresh stuff and be able to do some work here probably pretty quick.
Almost ready now.
Get that drive off.
Stay low, stay low.
Just need to... I guess we need to let some stuff fade out before we do anything. Oh, I hate that we have no drive off at all. We just don't have any drive off. I'm going to try to... Yeah, I was going to say, it works when I get on the gas early. See, even when I do, if I almost hit him, he still just drives away once we're up on the straight.
All right, you're clear.
This is not my favorite thing, but
You got room, you're clear there.
you got to pay your dues. You got to work your way up. That's the point of the whole series. We're paying our dues. Also, top 35 was what we're supposed to get, so we're overachieving in our car. It's going well. That part of it is.
Careful, still there.
Almirola's for position. Some of these cars in front of us are actually for position, which will be a big deal. Man, I wish Reagan would stay high, or I was close enough to him to dive inside. Well, we kind of are. Yeah, I got it. I think Carter was the car that we were driving last time, wasn't it?
Still there.
I don't know, but he's better pick up his pace.
Clear high, bud.
Oh, I am clear. Haha, sucker. I feel like I can go around Carter and
All right, you're clear there.
that's Fincham. I feel like I can do it on the outside.
Inside. Clear low, clear low.
Especially on fresh tires. It's just going to take a little bit of focus from me.
Still there.
All right, so we're on the outside of Carter. He's going to get the roll through the straight, but we're going to get it right back as we get into the turn. Get on the gas early because we don't have any power, so we can just floor it. Ta-da! All right, so that was good. We're in 25th. I know we were in 20th, but we needed to pit anyway to get clean tires, new tires. Whoa, that wasn't what we wanted.
All right.
That was actually pretty heavy damage to the front end. How bad? Yellow. It's whatever. Oh, wow, we have a new leader. Anyway, that was a little scary there. Thought I heard. It's just my tires. I thought something else was going on. Well, we're not the first car or the last car 2 laps down, so that's fun, but I really want to get around LaJoy. Man, I smacked the crap out of whoever that was. That wasn't good for me. Oh, that was Almirola. Got 2 cars sitting on pit road right now. Under 100 laps left in this 250 lap race. Got a nice run off there. Eric Jones is up there. I can see him. Just 2 cars in front of us. Do I go on the outside of LaJoy? Do I try this move on the outside? I don't know. Maybe.
Still there.
Or do I try to get on the gas at the right time, like right now, and then when he goes to take the corner, we dive it in? He's so far up there, but yeah, he's too far up there. There's nothing I can do about that. That's not good. It's only right that I pit and get my damage fixed from running into Almirola.
We're going green. Ready. Hold your line. Got one outside.
I know we had like 97 on our tires, but we also had a bunch of damage on the right side from contact with Eric Almirola.
Hold your line there. All right, clear outside.
So we had to do what we had to do, and we did just that.
You got room. You're clear there. Inside.
Try to scam some positions from these drivers that still have not pit.
Got one inside.
Not positions, I guess, more or less scam some spots on the track physically.
One inside.
Oh, Carter hit his brakes. That sucks. We could have had a nice run.
Looking inside now. Got a carload now.
No, we drove the 51, not the 73. That's what we drove.
Still there.
All right. Ah, that's fine. We're fine. You're fine. I'm fine. We're all good here.
Still
Little
there,
contact
inside.
on the outside. Up the wall.
All clear. Got one down low now.
It would be cool to sit up a little bit higher in those stands on the turn, because then you could see both sides of the track.
Careful. Still there.
I bet this track is fun to go to, actually.
Still there. Still there.
$81 left in this one.
Clear low, bud.
We are, what do we have, 68 in the tank.
All right, clear outside. Got one
Expecting that, I think it's 70 or so laps left in the race, so another 10 or so laps, and we'd be able to go the rest of the way. Although that'd be a long run on tires, and we have to make sure we take care of them. Again, not the wear, just our braking and all that.
Careful. Still there.
There we go. I messed that up, but it's all right. No contacts or anything. I just messed the turn up. I didn't want to have to come off the gas like I did. I just wanted to roll the corner better and then get on the gas and not have to let off so we could get a good run out. Again, momentum for us is everything.
Clear low.
Come on, hang on to it. There we go. I knew I'd hang on to it. The point was I didn't want to have to come off the gas because of the... Because now, see, we're right up in here with these guys. Get going! I can't go anywhere.
Still there.
And I've caught up to Almirola, but I've got Priest and Fincham in front of me. We're going to make a
Stay on the bottom.
crazy move right here. It worked. Little dive in.
You got room. You're clear there. Got one outside now. All right, clear outside.
Oh, car did it again. Grabbed and just sent it in there, but whatever. That put me on his fender, so even though he'll drive away, that'll put us in much better spot coming into this set of turns. Unless he decides that, yeah, he really didn't want, he really blocked down, so now I'm just going to run into him.
All right, you're clear there.
That sucked, actually. We're going to have to set this whole thing up now. Get on the gas early enough to stay with him as long as I possibly can. I think I might have to do an outside move on him.
Still there.
Well, we did. We did. I mean, he got it right back, but I think we might be able to finish the job right here if I do it well enough.
Careful. Still there.
Booyah!
Clear there.
That's what you do, folks. That is what you do. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to get it right back. No, you're not.
Clear down low.
No, you're not. And we catch up to Eric Jones. We're in the top 25, 10 spots above where they wanted us to be. That's big money for them. So that's good. I've also got to challenge my cat. Decided that right now is the time to rub on my legs while I'm braking every freaking 3 seconds. It's actually pretty funny. Right now, her tail is just tickling my left calf because, you know, cat things. There we go. Oh, yeah, nice drive. When we're not being hindered by traffic, look at, we're already a second and a half in front of Almirola. Just because we're not being hindered by them being in my way. Which is funny because it's purely on our how we're able to turn. And I'm going to have to go around the outside again.
Still there.
Is that Bowman before he... Yeah, it is.
Stay high, stay high.
That's weird. He's way better car than we are.
Careful, still there.
But I'm not just going to give it up. Try as hard as I can here. We got LaJoy in front of us as well. We could catch and do some work on.
Got one peeking inside.
I need to get on his inside, actually. I don't think I'm going to be able to pass him on the outside. He's got way too good of a car.
Car there on the inside.
Ah,
Got a car low now.
I'm trying so hard. We lost all that position from not being able to get around Bowman, though. It's just, look at how freaking fast he is off.
Got a car coming inside.
Oh, we did some good work there, though. I'm going to keep him down.
Still there.
Got on it early. We cleared him.
Still there.
I cannot believe we worked that out. It was all from forcing him to be down on the track. And stay down.
Side now. Clear low, bud.
I don't know, maybe I can work that on Eric Jones as well. Just hold him down there.
Got one down low now.
If we can stay on his side, we can hold him down, but we just can't stay on his side. There's nowhere for me to go.
Outside. All clear.
Dang, that was a heavy hit. But if he's gonna suck, come on now. I'm gonna just boop him.
Careful, still there. Still there.
Yeah, I'm focusing a bit. We should probably speed it up. Like, oh, we got to LaJoy's bumper, and that's actually gonna make it a little interesting here. Can I do anything here? 64 to go. If I get around LaJoy and
Careful, still there.
Jones and LaJoy will speed it up until there's about 20 left.
Careful, still there. All right, clear low.
I'm not touching. I might be touching him, but I'm not pushing him or anything. I didn't like run into him. I'm just trying my best to roll these corners so I can get to LaJoy and start to affect his line, because if he's going to be in front of me, then Jones is just going to do what he's doing.
Still there.
I'm trying so hard. Trying so hard to get around freaking LaJoy on the outside, and it's just...
Still there.
Well, it's not easy. It's kind of the answer I'm giving to you. And that mess up could cost us even 24th. Maybe not.
Still there. All clear.
Yeah, see, what I'm trying to do is get to his fender so he can't fade up like that on the exit. And I think we can do it this time if I do it right. I did not do it right. Maybe I did. Nope, I didn't.
Inside.
Dang. I can't clear Jones. He's too close to LaJoy. That's why I'm not just going inside and figuring it out from there. I cleared him that time, though. Oh, of course, here comes Truex. Oh, my goodness.
Got one peeking out.
Well, I couldn't do anything about that. I had Truex right there.
Car high, careful there. All right, you're clear.
Oh. So close, so close. Man. My drive off is so much better than his, but it's just not working for me. I just cannot seemingly get around him. see if I can start to work that outside again, I guess. Or at least get a good run to get on his inside for this turn. No. Oh, I think I could have. He really took a long time to get in there. Ah. 54 in the race. You know what? It's not going to matter. I'm going to speed it up right now because I'm just winding down the laps and it's going to take a while for this video. So let's go ahead and speed it up until about 20 or 15 to go. We'll be back on the mic at that point. There it is. We pit for the last time. And looks like it was Ryan Preece who had the damage. Brought out the caution. Whoa. Man, I hate starting on the outside of that turn. It's not a great feeling. We're all fixed up. So that part's good. And we're able, I mean, we can live on the outside for now. It's not that big a deal. 42 to go, though, so we're going to speed it back up, as I said, about 15 to go. Now that we don't have to worry about pitting, we'll just come back with 15 to go. Not much going to happen, but you'll also see it happen, because when the speed-ups occur, it actually looks pretty cool. I've watched them. Watch them when I'm editing. If I'm doing other stuff, I just look over, make sure that it's not glitchy or anything. And anyway, enough of that talk. Let's go ahead and break things off until there's 5 left in the... Nope, just kidding. 15 left. Well, that's actually 15 to go left for us because we just got lapped for the 4th time in the race. And so the best thing I can do now is kind of hang back. It looks like Martin Truex Jr. battling it out with B.D. Benedetto. Not something I thought I would see here on Martinsville short track, but there we have it. As they make it around David Reagan in front of us, someone we haven't been able to get around, so I've just been kind of cruising. And the battle continues between those two. I would think that they're going to catch up to that group that's just now exiting 2, and that's going to be a determiner for them. We got Christopher Bell on our inside as we're going to try to take it on the outside, and we hit that wall hard. Dang it, we were doing so good with just accepting what we had. And I was an idiot, so that was good. Let's get back in it. Thank goodness we're on a short track, so these damages I actually have on the car don't really matter. What could I have done better in this race? Let's do a little review. Obviously, we've easily gotten the goal position. Could we have gotten more spots? I think that we could have gotten a 22nd place in this car. I feel like we had the fortitude to get there. Adjusting the gear ratio a little better might have been it. Oh, we got Dave Blaney coming up on our inside. He actually is... he was in the lead for a while as well.
Still there?
10 laps left in this one. 5 laps just went by in a blink of an eye, really. But you do about 3 laps a minute, so I guess that makes sense. Got about 3.5, 4 minutes left of the race. Stay tuned as we're watching the little number 21 on the little mini map down there. We still continue to try to get around David Reagan. I just can't. I mean, I just can't. That is really hard to pass on this track with the car we have. I mean, we're easily able to do it on the outside with the slower traffic, but not these ones. I wish I was close enough to at least be able to see the battle between first and second place. Well, we actually have lap traffic coming up in front of Reagan is a lapper. So I don't actually know who that is, but I know it's not somebody that we're catching because Corey LaJoy is the next position in front of us, and he is almost 3.5 seconds in front of us. See, we could get right to his bumper, but we just don't have the drive down the straightaway to get on his inside. We'll get there with our other vehicles, and eventually we'll get there on this track as well with our Cup car someday. I feel like by the end of this, we'll be, because we're achieving the second goal in a hot seat race, I think the next one will put us in a 4-star for a hot race. I think that's how this works out. We end up in higher rated cars as it goes on. So this season could be interesting just to see what we could achieve in higher rated cars as well. Who is this anyway?
Careful, still there.
Oh, it's Haley. I like the car. It's actually a pretty cool paint scheme. It's got that flat black with the gloss stripes. I learned how to do that. I don't know if it works on all cars or just the cars that already have it on there when I do the paint schemes. I did that with the 18 car in the Xfinity series. I was just thinking about who I have driving that car right now. I don't remember who I have in that car now. But anyway, yeah, I did it with the 18. It used to be... I also did it with the 10 car. And that is Haley, actually, in the other... But you can't really tell because it's a white car. But the white is actually a matte white. And then the... I thought it would show up better because the stripes are gloss. But unfortunately, that's a no-go. Almirola has actually caught us because we haven't been able to get around Haley here. I'm going to have to push it a little bit. Try to get ourselves in a good position to get around him. With 1 to go. Let's just smoke the tires, get on the gas as early as possible, drive off, and clear him. Should have done that way earlier, but whatever. Looks like Martin Truex Jr. is going to bring home the victory. He gets around Di Benedetto. And folks, he was dominant all race long as we're going to bring home a 24th place finish. Another excellent job by us and our hot seat race. Top 5, Martin Truex Jr. takes it by just over a tenth of a second. Matt DiBenedetto comes in second. Ryan Blaney, I said Dave Blaney, I think that's his dad. But anyway, Ryan Blaney comes in third. Christopher Bell fourth. Kevin Harvick comes in fifth place. Joey Logano has your fastest lap of the race. Martin Truex Jr. leads the most laps, into the 200s. Jimmy Johnson on the move starts 28th, finishes 9th. And Clint Boyer, tough break, starts 10th, finishes dead last with a DNF. Nice job on that top 35 finish today. We'll keep you in mind for a ride next season. I was correct. Our next race in the Xfinity Series has us racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That'll be 100 laps, but folks, that is in the next episode. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I do want to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.